Yo, it's your boy Mac Mall back with another one, man. I got a special guest in the house, my girl Love Child. We gonna have us a good conversation. We actually had a conversation on Facebook Live when I was doing my live channels, and we did a lot of numbers and we had a lot of good feedback. And people been hitting me up like, man, you should get on the podcast. So man, we here. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good.
You're good. Good
Yeah.
to see you again. I'm glad we finally get to meet in person.
Yeah.
You
same.
know, looking good as ever.
Thank you. Likewise.
Okay. So, how you been since the last time we talked?
I've been busy,
Yeah.
like always. Work, kids, life. I've been busy. Productive, mainly.
Productive.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we met through a mutual friend,
Yes.
and I saw your Facebook work, and you was talking about relationships and shit.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
Like,
I had to chime in. So, how's that going for you?
well, actually, I have been putting my content on hold because I'm busy. I'm a stylist. I have a shop. I have kids. So just trying to find that balance between work, life, kids, and me time, self-love. It's very challenging, but I'm working it out. God is good, and making my way to making everything smooth. So coming soon, real shortly.
Okay. So you got a shop when you do hair?
Yes, I'm a stylist. I've been a hairstylist my whole life. I've been doing hair since I was out, maybe about literally 8, 9, 10. Cousins, friends, the Mexicans that stayed next door used to come in my basement. So yeah, I've been doing hair my whole life. Now I have a shop, but I want to do more. But hair is my thing. Yeah.
How long you been doing hair? Like since you was like a teenager or what?
Younger, literally, like, so I started on my little sister. She a year under me, and then my cousins, like, I'm practicing on her. I just wanted to do hair. I don't know, it just came to me. And my uncle seen my little sister hair, and he like, do your cousin's hair. And my mom like, wait, y'all gonna pay her? Because if somebody else did her their hair, y'all gonna pay them. So she like, nah, y'all gotta. I was only charging like $15 a head, but I braid their hair, put the beads on it. And that was my little hustle as like 9, 10 years old. And it started there.
That's kind of how I started in the field too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know I cut hair.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I've been down the Barber Road and the shop road. You know,
Yeah.
I had a few shops myself, but
okay.
me personally, I don't know if I want to own another shop anymore. It's just too much of a headache for me. I feel like that's more of a woman's job. I'm like more like, because women got the patience for it. It take a lot of patience
really.
for a shop. It take patience for a shop
It
because
do.
my situation, I had a lot of, now don't get me wrong, I was making the money,
Yeah.
but it was so much going on in my shop because I knew how to get a shop, but I didn't know how to run a shop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a total difference.
And so my shop turned out to be the motherfucking hangout. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
You know what
problem.
I'm saying? Right. You
That
feel
would
me?
be a problem, definitely.
But I was making good money off of it, so it
Yeah.
seemed like a good thing. But it was just, it got to the point where it was so messy. It was, my barber's messing with my style tech. You know, then he messing with the stylist.
Never
and
mix
now they
business
find
with
out
pleasure.
and it's all kind of shit going on. So yeah, and you know when people leave your shop, you
Yeah.
lose money. And then it came to a point where I was coming out my pocket to pay
Yeah.
the bills. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, because I make money on my own. I don't need that. So
Right.
for my situation, I didn't want to, I tried it. I had like, was it maybe 4 shops I had?
Oh.
And I closed them. I didn't have 4 at one time.
But different-
I was
different
upgrading
times,
and
different
shit. You know what I'm
periods.
saying? As I was going. But yeah, it was just cheaper for me to pay booth rent. I ain't have to worry about,
The
you know,
extra.
the extra shit.
Yeah,
I'm cool with
yeah.
the booth rent, you know, and go
Yeah.
about my business.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell me about what it's like being a mom in Chicago. First of all, how many kids do you got?
I have 3.
3?
Yeah.
Boys, girls?
2 girls, and my oldest is a boy. He's 7. My 2 youngest is 2 and 4. My 2 girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it like? How do you, I don't want to say obviously because I don't know, but are you a single mom?
Yes.
Okay. So how was it like in Chicago raising your son and 2 daughters. I mean, you can pretty much raise the daughter to, you know, you can give her the ropes because you're a woman. But how is it like with your son?
Well, you know, their dad is very active in their lives, so I think he gravitates more towards our son than our daughters because he plays football. He had a full ride scholarship, and he loved football. So he just my son is 7. He just put him in football, and he loves it. Like my son likes it as well. So he's very attentive to our son as well as our daughters. But I think it's the father son connection. So he does a lot with him, and I'm thankful for that. And he loves on his daughters really good. And you know, we both have a mutual understanding that the kids are the future and they're important, and it's about them. So we co-parent well, but being a single mother is a lot. Like we tried the family thing. We've been doing the on and off thing for years, but you know, you grow, you get to a place in life where you really understand who you are, and a lot of times dealing with other people helps you understand what you need and what you don't. And me realizing who I am and what type of mental stimulation, spiritual stimulation that I need, all the things, we just kind of grew apart. So being a single mother is hectic. It's a lot. Like I said, I'm very energy filled. I operate off energy. I operate off love, and I pour into my kids so much that I'm last. From kids to work, I'm last. But I need to be filled personally first in order to give. But just how I am, I give first. I do hair. I make sure everybody else straight. A lot of times my hair not done because everybody else hair done and my kids, and then I'm like depleted, and I'm like, man, this a lot. But I try to remember that, you know, just being strong and resilient pays off. So I just try to stay positive. I try to, like, you know, fake it till I make it. Like, it's overwhelming, but I'm like, don't think about the struggle and the hard times of it. Just embrace the moments, embrace the kids. It's so precious seeing little kids maneuver through life, learning things for the first time. It's such an innocence that it's like just a beautiful feeling, like seeing my kids grow and all the things. I wish I can be more present, but because I'm working so much and I'm always tired, and it's that's what makes it hard. Being a single mother is that's why they're you know, their dad do his part, but again, as a mother, I do most of the work and most of the time, and that's the unfortunate part of it, because you know, you need to have breaks, you need you time so you can have enough energy and fuel to give your kids and be present in the moments as they're living life and you're having moments with them. You don't want to be drained and tired, which a lot of times I am, but it's okay, you know.
Yeah, I get it. That's a point that we're gonna talk about later. I get it because I raised my son, you know, but I didn't expect his mom to raise him. I wanted to raise my son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it was her job. So, you know, he pretty much was with, you know, me or my side of the family most of the time. You know what I'm saying? He still got a relationship with his mom and shit like that. It's just I felt like that was my job.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Part of your job. I mean, you need both. You need balance. Feminine and masculine energy, you need both. So even though it's your job, it's her job as well. Like my situation.
yeah. It's always good to get that balance because from a man you'll get the hard aspects of life, but you still need that love and nurturing, and only your mom can give you that because
balance.
your dad not gonna be soft on you. You know,
No,
most
not
kids
really.
don't understand it until they get their own kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's certain. You got to expect a different love from mom and dad, even
Yeah.
though we both love you, but we love in different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's good that you got your son has a father. So you get all 3 of your kids by the same person.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing, man. That's yeah.
I guess.
That's
I
amazing.
mean, yeah,
It's amazing. I mean, you still got 3 kids, but
right.
I mean, same guy. I mean, you know, you at some point you thought that was it for you, and you tried to build a family. So,
obviously,
yeah. I mean,
obviously, but life shows you different over
said
time. Life shows you learn different. You grow, you mature, you have self-awareness, and you just make a choice. Is this how you want your life to go or no?
I want to understand it because when women say we grew apart, what does that mean?
Okay, in most cases, which I know it sounds cliche, but it's reality, most women do start dating young. And the level, see, women go into an emotional connection where, man, this guy's so sweet, he's handsome, he seems like my guy, like my person. And you fall in love, puppy love. I mean, you so young, you don't know what love is. You don't know who you are. You don't know who this person don't really know who they are. You have an idea of what you like, what you're attracted to, but it's lust more. 9 times out of 10 is lust.
Pretty
it's
much,
not,
you're not thinking about the long term of what
I mean,
you're doing at the time.
You a kid. We were like
Exactly,
19 or something. Like we
right.
kids
I get
still.
it.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have real money. I mean, I was doing hair. I had my own little money, but it's little money. It's not real. You're not. And then it's like, as women, a lot of times we don't care. Like, it's the whole thing about women. Oh, you gotta have money to get women. No, you don't. How many women been with broke men? How many women, especially dated young? Why you don't expect a man to be successful at a young age?
Now, you done went down the motherfucking road that I wasn't even trying to go down.
I'm shedding light on the reality of how women operate. We love purely, wholeheartedly. To begin, I mean, a lot of women are jaded and have been led astray or hurt. So yeah, you're gonna get that side of women. But initially, women are definitely pure-hearted, open, very graceful, very understanding, very patient, and love you for you. We don't care what you got or don't have at a young age until we realize the reality of life is more.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna say the same thing, because technically, you know, I can agree with part of what you said, that women don't date based upon money. That only factors in if you ain't never been with a nigga that had money. If you starting out and all you had was broke niggas, then you don't know what it feel like to have a nigga with money. But once a woman first get that first nigga that's on his feet and able to do shit, you will never go back to that other type of nigga.
When you know, okay, first I'm gonna say this: when you know better, you do better. But I'm gonna say this realistically. It's not our fault as human. We all need money. It's not just about men making such a big deal because they're the leaders. They're the ones that's ahead. Masculine energy leads. That's not, we nurture. So we can't, that's just the order of life.
And I agree with you.
So you can't come down on a woman for her needs. It's not you have to.
Okay.
It's like we need money to survive.
Where I stand at is this. I believe that a man is supposed to be a provider for the woman that he chooses to be with, right?
Period.
I believe that.
Period.
No, but guess what, though? We are living in a time now where the woman has her own, and she doesn't feel like she wants to necessarily be in the space of a woman that's following the man. She want to be her own entity instead of being a union. This is what we getting these days. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, because when you look at reality, as you say, when you look at reality, when a man becomes successful, he thinks about providing for his family.
Right.
When a woman becomes successful, she's thinking about how motherfucking independent she is. And now let's dig deep into that. Who is she independent from? The black man. Us. That's who y'all independent from. We don't say that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Naturally, subconsciously, we are all given little pictures and ideas of where to be and how to be and who we should be. As women, because we are nurturers and not supposed to be providers. Yeah, when you get a taste of your own money and being able to provide for yourself, now you feel like you have an option. Now you don't have to settle, in a sense. And what I mean by settling is you don't have to be scared to just choose a man who's the first man that's choosing you because he can provide for you. If I can provide for myself now, I can pick who I want versus who I have to settle for.
And I have to disagree with you on that, because you can't pick who you want. You're supposed to be picked.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be picked, but men are the pursuers, right? That means you're going out to hunt a woman. You have to hunt me first in order for me to choose you out of all the men that's hunting. So yeah, women have choices as well.
Sure, we'll go with that. I just feel like because of the fact that women are able to take care of themselves, it brings on a natural, I don't want to say asshole type of attitude, but it makes a lot of men unattractive. Because women say, well, I don't have to settle, right? But then look at the flip side. You'll say, I don't want a man. I want a man who's doing as much as me or more than me. 9 times out of 10, he's doing better than you, right? Ain't he selling? Because he's doing better than you. So you won't settle, but you want somebody to settle for you.
Let me ask you
this. Make
it
make sense.
Let me ask you this. What do a man bring? The balance of feminine and masculine energy is powerful. So what I think that's the real problem. We compare, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. You're not supposed to compare. You're supposed to come together. I don't want to lift heavy things. I'm a woman. I want to carry my load. You're a man. You're supposed to carry your load. We come together. We powerful. Because while you carrying your load and I'm carrying mine, you might get a little tired and I can help you and I can lift you up and I can speak life into you. And then where I'm a little weak and a little tired, you come and help me. So it's about helping each other, building each other up, not comparing each other against each other. We're not supposed to be in competition. So a man saying that he's settling, the fact that a woman brings life into this world is so powerful. And that's so underrated in the eyes of men because so many single mothers are out here and they feel like, oh, carrying a baby is nothing. It's easy for a man to say because he's not carrying it. He's not going through a near-death experience.
I never heard a man say that, but go ahead.
I've heard it plenty of times. Oh, you're a woman. You're supposed to do that. Like raising kids is so easy. Oh, I could do that. I've heard that so many times personally. And as if like mentally, physically, and emotionally waiting on another human being hand and foot isn't a lot. That's a whole lot. Putting someone else before yourself, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 kids or more, that is a lot. A lot of people. Why do you think women lose themselves and a man expects a woman to go right back into shape, be right back? It's not just about me, sir. It's about these kids now. Now I got to worry about their hair, their hygiene, their eating, their this, and all my energy is depleted because it's going into them. Then I worry about, and on top of you, I have to worry about you too, not just these kids. So I'm not a robot. You can't expect me to do all of that and do you and then me last. But you want me to be in good shape, great attitude when I'm tired, when I'm drained, when it's a lot going on and I just want to nap.
Are you talking about like as far as the 50-50 relationship go?
I'm talking about as far as a real household where a woman is doing the things that a woman is said to do: nurture, provide, emotional stimulation, peace.
A woman is not meant to provide, but
emotional. I said provide. Emotional.
My thing is this: when it comes to relationships, right? There are no specific things that you can say I bring to the table for a specific person, because all of us require different things. And so I think the job of a female is to find out where I can fit in his life. You know what I mean? Because like... Wait.
Just to understand that question, you think the woman is to figure out, even though the man is the hunter and he's pursuing what woman that fits his vision, you think the woman is supposed to figure out where she fits into his life?
I mean, once he chooses her. Okay, so like this, right? If I was looking for a wife, right? Okay, and just hypothetically speaking, I choose you, right? Whatever your last relationship, whatever he needed from you is not necessarily what I might need from you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So your job as a woman is to find out, okay, how can I fit in his life to make him happy? Which is finding out what I require or what I need, what are my needs, what are my wants and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like I was, you know, I'm not gonna say I was raised by traditional men, but I was raised around traditional men, and they always
Can you give me the definition of what that particular teaching was for you when you say traditional by those men?
So it wasn't like a whole realm of things, but it was certain things that I picked out, and all them niggas paid bills.
That was the number one thing you seen, provider.
Well, yeah, because I hung around older men at the pool hall and shit, and all of them had money. And I used to be up there shooting pool, learn how to shoot pool, gambling and shit. And all them niggas was getting money, man, and they took care of their women. Okay. And it is what it is. You know, that's what I saw. This new shit is the 50-50 shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing about it is you have to put into perspective of the new generations and how people are raised now. Everything is changing. Yeah. Those women that were getting provided for didn't act like these women do today. So, it's a catch-22. It's a gift and a curse because honestly, those women, they just turned their head and took their blessings.
And so what are you really saying with that? Because it sounded like they just put up whatever they were giving and they made the best out of it. They didn't complain. They didn't.
No, it wasn't. Rebuttal. It wasn't. See, the thing about it is the older men that I knew that was on their shit and had women, they didn't do disrespectful shit.
But were they faithful?
No, fuck no.
That's the number one problem for women, though.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is if your man respects you enough where you don't find out, no harm, no foul. In
your opinion, that's not how women think. If
you don't know about it, you won't.
That's not how
women
think, though.
What if I was the greatest man in the world?
You can't be if you can. If you
don't know that.
But I'm telling you this.
Let's speak and say you never found that, and I'm checking off all the boxes and all this shit, and you don't know I have a deep dark secret behind.
Well, I don't want to get too deep because I'm trying to keep it where it's at. But I'm gonna say this: women intuition is real. We can have a dream about our man cheating. I know that to be a fact. I'm gonna just say that I know that to be a fact. So what I'm saying is this: a woman's greatest flex is her man truly being loyal to her, respecting her, providing for her, and doing the things that I can say, my man ain't like the rest of these men. I am enough. Because when a man goes out, in a woman's mind, even though we shouldn't take it personal, we should really look at that man for who he is. But in my mind, as a woman, if you cheating, I'm not enough.
No, it has nothing to do with you not enough. If you and this is what women don't understand. If you are my woman, you are everything. You're more than enough. Because this is why I chose. I could have had anybody else, but I chose you.
Right.
Okay? Men are just wired different from women. And for some reason, y'all act like y'all don't understand that. We accept who women are, but y'all don't accept who we are. We know from the jump. My woman is a woman. She's gonna be emotional. There's certain things I need to do. Or we figure y'all out. Y'all don't figure us out. Y'all want us to think like y'all think. No. And y'all analyze a man. This way you be like, why would you? And we be like, I don't know. And you be like, you feel me? Because we're not wired the same. We're just not.
We're not, but we're all humans. And I would say this: when a person is truly self-aware and has self-love, you realize as a man or a woman, the things you do to people reflects what you do to yourself. If you truly are aware, you understand the impact you have on other human beings, period, whether you say something good or bad. So as a woman, if I want respect and loyalty and commitment, then I'm going to be that. I'm not going to expect that and not be that.
Men show loyalty and love and commitment in different ways.
But you will be mad at your boys.
Making sure you straight.
No.
Taking care of the shit I need to take care of.
And you see the irony when women get their own money. Oh, now being able to provide for me ain't enough. I need your loyalty. I need your trust.
What is enough? Because if you take away the ability to why I'm even there, then what good am I? I'm a provider. So if you can provide for yourself, my job as a man is useless to you.
So you feel like that's all you are. That's all you are.
No,
valuable
that's where it starts as a man.
Oh, starts, but that's not where it ends.
Oh,
it's a number of things.
If you cannot provide for your family, you will never be respected.
Okay.
Never.
If you can't survive in life, you will never have a home. You will be homeless.
What I'm saying is in a relationship, if you are not standing up and being a man in your relationship, your woman will never respect you.
If I'm not being a woman in my relationship, my man will not respect me.
No, but it starts with the man. He's the leader.
But what I'm saying is you could be a leader in a man, but if I'm not a woman and I'm not nurturing,
you shouldn't be
as a man, you going to go get a good woman and a real woman. So why as a woman you can't go get a real man and a good man?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm speaking from the relationship standpoint. If you not what a person is wanting, then you just going to get hit and left. I mean, I'm saying once you get to the point where, okay, I found the one that I think I can work shit out with. You know what I'm saying? If you don't establish that, okay, I'm the man in this relationship and this is, you have to establish your law in your relationship. And the only way you're going to do that is you have to be a provider. Because what do most women say? Nigga, if you ain't bringing in the coins, you can't close your motherfucking mouth. I hear this shit all over the internet.
Well, please.
So when a nigga come with the coins, you close your motherfucking mouth.
So can we please not give women this ratchet whole demeanor, like
I mean,
especially black women, especially black
this is
women.
what
Can we
they
not?
promoting, and so this is what it is.
But we
And
being real right now. We being
This
real
is
right
real
now.
life.
We being real right.
This is real
I'm
life.
not talking about what social media is penetrating into the minds of the young generation, which is why it's a revolving door. Where it's going to keep continuing if we keep seeing the bad, the negative, the dysfunction. We not trying to be dysfunctional here. We're trying to understand each other. I could be mad at men. Men can be mad at women for our own reasons. But until we understand each other, we're not going to get nowhere. So my thing is this. As a strong, black, independent woman that I am.
Sexy too.
I still need a strong black man in my life. And I respect a strong black man. And I will gladly submit to a strong black man.
Tell me, what's a strong black man look like to you?
First, I'm gonna say,
you okay. If you could go in a factory and make you a nigga, what would it look like?
Okay,
what would he
I'm
be
not
like?
even
What
gonna
would he
talk
act like?
about physical because
No, I just
that's
wanna
so
know.
cliche. Like
just
we don't
wanna
have
know.
to talk about the out. Even though looks is a must, it's not enough. So we not gonna talk
we gonna
about.
be raw right now. I want to know
okay.
from the outer, the inner. I want to know what's your ideal man.
Okay.
Because I feel like, to me, I feel like everybody has this ideal person in their mind that they just waiting to fucking pop up.
But
so tell me what yours is.
okay,
like.
so to be fair, everybody do kind of have like this, but we still going off of what we see first. You don't just like build a person in your head. You have to have some type of idea of what people look like first. You see tall, you see dark, you see light skin.
What do you see in the man that you would like to be with for the rest of his life?
I'm gonna
What
talk
does
about
he? What does he look like? What is
okay.
he?
I'm not gonna talk about what he looked like because
You want a tall, light skinned, dark skinned man? Like, what do you like?
to be fair, I always attract tall men. I never was one of those. I have to have 6 feet, 6 pack. Like, as long as he was a little taller than me, you know. But
you don't
because
want to look down on your man.
exactly, I'm
Even with
sorry.
heels
No
on?
disrespect
Do it
to
now that if you got
the.
heels on? If you taller than him with heels on?
No disrespect to the shorter brothers. Y'all need love too. We all do, and it's somebody for everybody. I particularly just have always attracted tall men, over 6 feet. So I guess I got accustomed to that. I'm gonna say tall men.
So you like tall men?
They work.
Okay.
Tall men, or just a little taller than me. Even if, long as you at least an inch or two taller than me, I'm about 5'5".
Is it
that.
like a stigma with women wanting to look up to their man?
I think it's a protecting thing. Like you really do feel protected. Like
he big and
when a
bad.
man shorter than you, you know how you got kids, they little people. Even
You
if
feel
your
like you
kids,
gotta protect them and shit.
not even that. It's just, I mean, perception is reality as well. You know what I'm saying? So even a little man can protect me too, and I can respect the hell out of him.
Yeah, little nigga come in and shoot at the whole club.
Or just got
and the big
hands.
nigga run to the car.
You know what I'm saying? and to be fair, I don't want no big soft dude. Like
Right.
I might as well be with a masculine smaller dude. You know what I'm saying? But I like balance. I like fair height, and masculine. So, but attributes, qualities. I think good characters of a human being, especially a man, and his masculine energy is self-discipline. And self-discipline pours over in all areas, not just one. And one of they all are on the same level, where it's financially being able to provide, emotional stimulation, mental stimulation, also physical stimulation, but being committed and faithful. That's one of the biggest things that stands out to a real man for me, because once a person is self-aware and knows who they are and what they want out of life, a lot of people don't do it for them. Momentarily pleasure from random women, lusting. You don't lust after things that's just so simple and don't have any substance. When you find a person with substance and that fulfills your needs on every level, it's no need for you to, because that's literally just being selfish. And
well, see, the thing about it is this, right? When I speak from the way I speak from a culture, a street culture, and it's just the culture of the streets. You know what I mean? Okay. Old niggas getting money, they fuck young girls. It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's such a turn off.
The point I'm trying to make is this: every man doesn't cheat, okay?
I agree.
But every man will cheat.
I agree.
So it has to be to the man where he finds what he actually, and that's why I asked you about the ideal person that you see in your head, because some people find that person and they be so happy and so poured into them that that's all they see is that person, because they found the dream person that they was looking for.
Yeah.
But if you out here and you just trying to use people to fill gaps and shit,
Right.
that's where it becomes a factor of, you know, I just want to, you know, I want to be a man. I want to do me. Because like you said, self-discipline is a huge factor in a man, but it only comes when he find his person. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
No. So
Yeah.
wrong, brother.
You trying to tell me about a man?
I'm telling you about human nature.
No, there's a difference between a woman and a man.
I agree.
Nature is nature. But there's a
Human.
yin and there's a yang.
Yeah.
And they don't operate on the same frequencies.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yes, masculine energy are very different, though we both men and women possess both. That's why you have men that's supposed to be masculine but can be more feminine than me, and vice versa. We possess. That's why you have women independent and very masculine, because
What do
we
you
have
mean by
both.
more feminine than you?
You have men out here they just slaying. Like,
What do you mean?
they slaying. Like,
What
the
does that
look,
mean?
the brows, like they doing hair better than, I'm saying, when they tap into their feminine energy because they prefer to be a woman versus a man. The fact that they can walk, talk, even look, even possess the energy of feminine women almost better than some women. Just the look.
You mean like gay people?
Yes. With respect.
Well, we
with
talking
respect.
about the straight lane.
But
obviously that's what it
but-
is. But I'm talking about like the average straight male.
Yeah, but I use that as an example to show that we possess both. So even though I'm not a man, I can understand masculine energy, meaning women that tap into their independence and they're very masculine, that men say. Where do you think that's coming from? We have the ability to lead as well, like men, even though we're
Y'all
supposed
don't
to
have the ability to lead nothing.
Oh, that's your opinion.
That's not your job.
You
by
see it
nature.
every day, though.
No, that's what y'all chose to do. That is not your God-given
So-
nature of a woman to
Okay.
lead nothing. You're
That's true.
supposed to find a man
That's
and
true.
let him lead you the right way.
Just like it's not in a man's nature to live off a woman and sleep on a woman's couch
I
and move
agree.
into the man.
I
to the
fucking
woman's
agree.
house.
And if it's
So
anybody
you
out
both
here
right.
doing that, you niggas get off your girls'
It's
couches.
a whole lot of them doing that.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, right? Because so we in an economy now, right? Where the rent is high and shit, everything is
Yeah.
high, and you know, I know a lot of people, and it seemed like people are not even happy with each other. They just can't afford to live alone. It seemed like these are relationships that's forced because they say the average income is $45,000, but the average rent is fucking $1,500. So you
Right.
still, and then you have kids, and then you
Right.
got car notes, you got shit going
All
on.
type of things.
It don't matter. So it's like you forced to pair with somebody to be able to make it. And I just feel like a lot of these relationships is not genuine right now, man, because of the economy is so fucked up.
I agree. The main thing though is a lot of people, because we're not free to just do what we prefer to do in life. We're doing what we have to do. We have to survive. A lot of people are surviving because inflation is real. I have to survive. Like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. But do I want to be homeless? Do I want to be on the street begging? A man nor a woman wants to do that. So just like work, a lot of people don't like their jobs, but they're going to work because they have to, not because they want to. That's not their dream job. That's not who they want to be in life. And a lot of people are so limited in their mind. They don't have that drive or that fearless position to just go out on faith and like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be hard regardless. It's hard to get up every day and face a life that you're miserable with. But people doing it every day. That's why they angry, but they doing it because they have to survive. But it's still another hard to say, you know what, I'm going to believe in myself no matter if nobody else do, and do what I prefer to do so I can be successful. I can push past all the no's and the failures, and one day I'm going to be successful. Like, that's hard as well. A lot of people don't have that in them. A lot of people just stay content with where they're at, especially black people. Stay so content and we stay with each other and we do what's easy because it's easy versus the harder. I mean, because even doing what's easy is still hard because that's not what you want to do. That's not what you prefer to do. So we in this cycle of trauma, of brokenness, of low vibrational energy, of just doing things that fill us in a moment and not sustain us for eternity and life, longevity. Like, we making the wrong choices. We really not ourselves. We not living and really loving ourselves, and that's the problem. That's why, back to men, why I let a man feel they need to fulfill their desire of lust through many women, because they're not pouring into themselves in all other areas. So you can pour into yourself in that area, but you're gonna need a lot of that if you're not addressing the other areas in your life that need to be fulfilled too.
What is a healthy relationship look like to you?
A healthy relationship looks like to me is two individuals who first know themselves. I know who I am, and even though we are always growing, but I have a core idea of who I am as a woman. My temperament, my triggers, my traumas, but also what makes me happy, the simple things in life, who I want to be. And I'm truly able to be myself and not have to put on a look, a persona to please you, because you might have fantasies that's unrealistic from watching porn all the time, or from fantasies that you see other people.
Are you referring to your partner?
No,
or
I'm in general.
Oh.
I'm in general. Like, a lot of men and women, but as a woman, I'm gonna speak from a woman perspective. If a man has this idea based off social media or even his parents or anybody around him, oh, they had the perfect marriage, and or like women on TV do this and that. Like, even women, you see a man that goes all out for his woman and has the money and the means to do it. So you want the Instagram life. You want a man that's gonna wine and dine you and be able to afford this and that and that. So a man who ain't making six figures, you looking at him like, and that's not really realistic, because a lot of times we got to come together and build together. You don't just come in ready-made. No one really comes in ready-made. I can have an idea of who I am based off my choices and my mistakes and all that, and I'm becoming a better me. But along the way, you really can't find out who you are with a person. You can find out, somebody can bring out the best parts of you, better parts of you, challenge you in ways you've never been challenged. Like, we really can sharpen each other and help each other be the best version of ourselves, but you still have to have a core idea of who you are. You can't just be lost in this world looking for somebody else to fulfill you or to bring you peace, and when you have no idea what peace is for yourself first. You know what I'm saying? You still have to have an idea of a vision for yourself. You can't expect somebody else to come in your life and give you a vision and to bring you happiness. Like, so many people out here really is lost and empty, and they feel like, if I had somebody, I'd be happy. That's not how that works. You got to know who you are.
I disagree right there, but
okay.
I agree with most of what you just said, except for that part, because we are designed to be with one another.
That's true.
And you will never solely, truly be happy until you find a partner to be with, because that's how God made us. God made a woman for a man, okay? So I don't care how much money you got, how much you try to mask it, all that. Don't get me wrong. I'm single. I've been single for 5 years now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can have any woman I want, man. I'm making money. I got a perfect, this is the ideal life of a 44-year-old man. You know what I mean? I might not have millions, but I got my shit together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So none of that makes me happy. I want a woman. The thing about it is, with me is, I'm at that age where I want to pour into, like, for the first time, I want to pour into a woman. You know what I mean? My problem is, I don't see nobody that I feel like I can deal with for a long term.
Okay.
And I'm at the age now where I know what I want and I know what I can deal with. And I know shit like those flags that everybody talk about. I know this shit now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not no motherfucker where I'm not coming to the table with, like, okay, she got this and this, but I'm gonna ignore the wrong because this and this right. No, I'm not gonna do that shit this time. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody perfect. Don't get me wrong. But it's certain shit that I can deal with long term.
Right.
And I don't feel like I found somebody that is gonna present me peace long term, because I want my next relationship to be my last. I've never been married. I want to be married. I want to have a family. I want to do all that shit. I think it's fucking amazing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But a lot of these women are just, I don't want to bash women, because I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with them, because there's nothing wrong with them. It's just, like I said, that picture of the person that I want.
Right.
I don't have that yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's rough because it comes to a point where do you want who look good with you or who is good for you?
Right.
That's the biggest fucking problem that I have. You know what I mean? Because it's like the bad ones, when you go out, obviously she make you look like $1 million.
Okay.
But don't be
what's
worth
a bad
shit.
woman to you though?
I mean, let's not get it misunderstood like we don't know there's levels to this shit.
Okay,
you know
but
an
you
average
still have-
woman, you know a bad
But
shit.
you still have your own preference of what's a bad woman in your opinion.
Right, but I can't sit there and describe a bad woman because there are bad women in my opinion in different shapes, sizes, and forms.
Okay.
So there is no where I can
Just
say
one
right where I can say
particular.
she
That's
bad
fair.
and if she don't look like that, no, I can't say that.
I get it.
Because
Yeah.
I love women.
Okay.
So and I love different types of women. So
Like
she might be
options.
a little chunky, but she bad to me.
Right,
She
okay.
might be a little slim, but she bad to me.
Right,
You
I
feel
get
what I'm
it,
saying?
I
So
get
like I don't have like that one distinction of what a bad chick
like
is. You know what I
different
mean?
flavors,
To me
okay.
personally, I don't like the BBLs per se. It looks good. And if a woman needs to do, what she need to do to get her body together, I ain't against it. You know what I mean? Because I understand that a lot of people have, self-esteem issues or some shit that I get it. I understand it.
Right.
Especially with women because y'all are emotional as hell. And, y'all will sit there and let that shit cook on you. That little side little handle, goddamn it, you will let that shit boil you to the ground. And
I
niggas
think
don't even
men
give a fuck.
add a lot to that, wanting the perfect. In women's head, men do want a like unicorn type of woman, like this fairy tale woman.
Nope.
She has to look perfect. She has to be so poised and nice and submissive and cook and clean and carry all the children and still snap back and be a super mom and please you and have all the energy in the world for you, like all those things.
No, I think that I don't think that's true. Number one. Okay. But I feel like men. I don't want to speak for all men because, like I say, we all require different things. But,
okay, fair.
A good woman for me would be somebody who finds interest in me. You know, because I'm a great leader. My resume speaks for itself, so I don't feel like my leadership should be questioned in a relationship. I feel like because of the low level of relationships I have in my family with my peers and shit like that, the woman who I'm with is gonna be my all.
Okay.
And so being realistically, if I find a woman, because I don't want no bum, right? But I'm not really concerned whether she work in the IT department or she own a boutique or she got a beauty salon.
So
I'm not really concerned. I just want her to be able to take care of herself. Right?
Okay.
I feel like when I say I want her to find interest in me, I mean because I want me and my woman to be partners.
Okay.
I don't want my woman to be working over here and I'm working over here. I want us to come to a mutual hustle that will give both of us the freedom where we both will be bosses and we both can have our lives to ourselves. It's sort of like, quote unquote, like the owner and the assistant type shit. She take care of the paperwork type shit. But my thing is this, because I'm into real estate, you know what I'm saying? And so I understand as a man that real estate is the fastest way to become a millionaire. You know what I mean? And so if I meet somebody, now, if she's a doctor, a lawyer, some shit where she already got her career, we can work around it. I wouldn't ask her to solely stop what she's doing.
Right.
But what I'm saying is I want a woman who is able to work with me so that we can build an empire. And so to speak like this, when I first got into real estate, I wasn't filing taxes and shit. I didn't know that I had to file taxes to buy property and shit. Okay. And so I wanted I was gonna use the woman who I was with. I was gonna put in her name, and I was just gonna put the money down because the mom wanted to get the ball rolling.
Right.
So that's what I mean by finding interest. Now think fast forward. It's 5 years later. Now I'm single. Where this is maybe eight years ago, some shit like that, maybe. If we would have followed that policy 8 years down the line, if she would allow me to do what I was trying to do through her, I wind up doing it anyway, but it was a slower process because I understand that we wasn't married. She could have got an FHA. I could have got an FHA. So we both started out with 4-unit properties. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't want, because at the end of the day, you got to think realistically. If all this in and we married and we got all this shit, I would rather you take half of what you work for than half of my shit. We in it together.
So how would you split that though? Because if you feel like you put the money down, but she put it in her name, would it be 50-50?
Hell yeah.
Okay, then
fuck yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Hell
that's
yeah.
fair. That's fair.
How I feel because you helped me build this shit.
Exactly. No,
you feel what I'm saying?
That's mature.
But no, that's just real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want my woman to be into me because I'm gonna lead us. If you got some money to put to the table, that's just a plus.
Right.
But I'm into real estate, so I know we gonna invest in these properties. This shit gonna check us a bag.
Right.
It's no other way.
Right.
So now whatever you got, your boutique or your shop or, even your job, whatever, you can consider leaving that because we making so much money together. That way we'll be spending more time together. We get to know each other. We can travel. We can be in tune with each other. That's the type of relationship I want because I haven't worked a 9-to-5 job since the 90s. So I have freedom that the average person don't have.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like my job I work on the weekends. So when I'm working, everybody outside. And when I'm off work, everybody at work. Right. You see what I'm saying? So I get to travel around on Mondays, Tuesdays when the mall stock their new clothes. I ain't even know that shit. They stock their shit on Tuesday. You feel me? So I get first picks on it. I don't go through traffic, none of that shit.
You benefit. Okay.
Yeah. You feel me? So I have the freedom to spend time with the woman I want to be with. And I want her the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a healthy relationship for me would be somebody who allows me to lead her to victory. Because you're going to win with me. Okay. You feel me? So, that's how I feel. What I want to know from you is this. What do you think this Sukihana and Sexy Red shit doing for the culture right now? Well, shit getting out of hand, man.
The reality of it is this. I definitely don't agree with none of that. It's detrimental to just feminine energy, and it's in a whole. Feminine essence is so powerful and so beautiful, and when you dilute that with so much trash and so much just like, it's just so raunchy and tasteless. It just takes away from the beauty of the point of feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? It takes away from the art of seduction. It takes away from all the things that makes feminine energy so intoxicating, so beautiful, so luring to a man because it's just there. It's you know what I'm saying. So I'm totally against it, but I will also say this to men. I think men logic sense doesn't really kick in when it comes to the choices they make for their own pleasures. So though men are against the trash, the easiness, that's still what a lot of men chase or will entertain or will be like, that ain't what I want, but you still do it. So in the mind of a woman, it's like, okay, if that really ain't what you want, you shouldn't even be pursuing it, entertaining it, or praising it. Under no circumstance, paying for it, under no circumstance. So when you are actually funding a certain committee, how is it's going to keep going? And if a lot of women that's been touched or abused sexually, a lot of women do get in their heads like, all right, this is what men want anyways. This is what they gonna take anyways. I might as well use it to my advantage. I'm gonna take the power of my own body instead of you taking it. I'm gonna make you pay for it. I'm gonna make you work for it. I'm gonna dangle it in front of I'm gonna use it to my advantage because it's mine. And if this is what a man gonna do anyways, I'm gonna have the upper hand. And I think a lot of men don't realize how real that is. For one, a lot of men don't realize how important and how dominant masculine energy is. Masculine energy is so powerful. Even though we both are powerful forces, because men lead, they can lead a woman, a broken woman, a woman that doesn't have self-love, that never had a father, in the right direction.
So a man can't lead a strong woman?
A man can that as well, but why I bring up the broken women, because it's so many of them. And that's the culture that we're facing right now, and why we're in such a state of like.
And you know, I can agree with you to a certain extent on that, because I've noticed throughout my dating that I have actually gotten more loyalty from women who didn't have fathers versus women who did. And it's like they was looking for that father figure, and so they cling to me so hard, and it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was hard for them to get over me type shit.
Yeah.
But women, I noticed that have fathers, they tend to, I mean, it was kind of the same, because obviously they was emotional, but to a certain extent, they knew how to bag back, because they got that fatherly love. You know what I mean? That helped them get over my ass.
Or just not stay, just understand and be more self-aware that I don't have to literally commit myself and my whole being to a man. I can be okay by myself. If this don't go right, or if this is not what I need for my life, if I don't feel respected or committed to properly, then I can leave.
You think most women think like that? They can live, they okay without a man?
Yes. I think women get to that point when they get tired. I think women get to that point when they become more self-aware. You have to understand, a lot of women didn't have father figures. A lot of women don't truly understand what true healthy masculine energy looks like, feel like, and supposed to be. So they gravitate towards the bad boy. And it's only because toxic masculinity still looks masculine.
But the bad boy has always been the go-to for most women since back in the day.
Why?
It's never changed.
But why?
Because I feel, I mean, I can't speak for women, but I feel like the bad boy is exciting to women. Because here's the thing, and this is just what I noticed. Most women like bad boys, but then try to turn them into good niggas. Just get a good nigga. Why would you go through all the bad boy street shit? You done been around this nigga since he done been to jail, and you held him down, and you do all this shit, and then you try to take the nigga to church. Just go to church.
So I'm gonna tell you this, as a woman, from a woman's perspective, again, a lot of women are looking for masculine energy. Masculine energy is protecting, it's security, and it feels safe. And that's what women need from a man.
But you think being a bad boy is masculine energy?
I'm going to tell you. When a woman don't know what masculine energy looks like, she can only choose what she think it is. So if I don't know firsthand, I can only go off what makes sense, what seemed to make sense. And where do you get that opinion from? Social media, from the television. What do they penetrate? Bad boy. They penetrate a system to keep you stuck on a lower level as black women, black people. We know that.
You never like bad boys.
So for my experience, like I said, by not having that father figure, my father being that guy, that bad boy in the streets, all my cousins being that, I'm used to that energy. So in my opinion, what a man is this is a man. I don't see a good man. I don't see a secure man that knows how to be patient and nurture a woman and love on one woman. I see this. I see street. I see disrespect. I see dysfunction. But that's in a male body. This is the only males I see. I see baby boy on TV as a little girl, and that's almost praised in a sense, like, cause it shows, he a bad boy, he this that, but then at the end it shows him marrying Yvette and them being together. So it kind of puts in the mind of a young woman. Eventually he'll get his shit together. Eventually he's going to be that good dude. No, you don't. Do you really think a woman wants that street life? You think I want to get in a car with a man and possibly be in the shootout and get shot? Don't no woman wants that. But when a woman doesn't know what a real masculine energy looks like and feels like, she goes what looks tough, what looks safe. So if the man in the streets is hard and he can protect me. So that feels safe. At least I know he can protect me. You don't want no dude that seems soft and timid and quiet.
Do y'all think the nigga soft when everybody go to jail and he start testifying on his own homies?
You know what? That's a whole different story. Like
I'm just saying
that's getting outside of the box of
that's,
what.
yeah, but I'm just saying because, and I only said that I know it's outside the box, but I only said that to come back to this point. Women allow men to be masculine on y'all accord and feminine on y'all accord.
But you
it's
still
okay
going
to
over
be
what I'm
masculine as
saying.
long as you're ready to receive that. But once you ready to receive him doing some fuck shit, you tell a nigga, okay, it's just like this. Your baby daddy, go to jail. And you tell, and y'all together, you gonna tell him, nigga, you got a family at home. You better think about this shit. You better do what you can to get back to your family. That's what you gonna tell him by nature. Not saying nothing wrong on your end, but that's your nature as a woman to tell him that. But that's some soft nigga shit to tell on your fucking
Oh,
homies.
you mean she's saying like you better snitch so you can come home?
Yeah, most women with niggas in jail do that shit, and we just gonna keep it 100. So back to what I was saying. Women allow men to be feminine when it's okay for them. When it's on their accord, you can leave me as long as I accept you. But when you say some shit that I don't agree with, I don't go with it. Or when it's time to do some sucker shit, you got to think about your family. So I feel like women pick and choose, and the type of niggas. And then most women always pick the wrong dudes. It's like you have good dudes in your DM and good men trying to, but and that's why I say back to the beginning when I said, what does this man in your head look like? Because it could be plenty of dudes, but he might not fit your criteria, so to say, physically,
Okay, so can I say this? Because I mean, it's a couple of different answers to this, but I will say this. Why do men come up with this, oh, you pass up all the good dudes? How do you know all these dudes were good dudes? And even if they were good dudes, they don't mean they're the right dude. Like, everybody still has to have someone that's compatible with them, that stimulates them in the way that they need to be stimulated. You can look good and still not stimulate me. So if you can look good and be dumb as a box of rocks, that ain't gonna work either.
But
so
what if you don't look good?
And you cannot look good
what
and
if
stimulate.
You say some corny
you cannot
shit?
Look good and fulfill me mentally, emotionally, but you can't fulfill me. You can't fulfill my physical needs.
But what if he's faithful?
But like I just
and
told
treat you like
but
you
then
want to be treated.
I also just say you can look good. You can look good.
Excuse me.
But not fulfill me mentally, so that still ain't gonna work. So don't take the looks into consideration when it's just about them not having the looks. Because if I would still dismiss a man who have the looks, but he can't do nothing for my soul, I still would dismiss the man who can probably do something for my soul, but can't stimulate me. Don't you want a woman that you can look at? Are you gonna be with a woman that you not attracted to, but she a good woman?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
but,
thank you.
But I'm not gonna say that men don't. And I'm not going to say that women don't need
Thank you. So that question is answered.
Yeah, but at the same time, it seems like the generation now is based upon status and money. Women don't care how you look, and they just want who if they and I also want to add this, right? Women say that they want the low key guy, right? The one that ain't too flashy, that's out the way and all that shit, right? But it's crazy because you go to the club because that's the type of person I am, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously when I go out, I dress, I have my shit on, but I don't be with the sections and all that shit. I did that shit when I was a shorty. Okay. I'm the type of person that'll sit at the bar and just chill. Right. And I know everybody, but I don't be on no sucker shit. I don't be kissing niggas' ass in the club. I find my own little space and I chill. I know everybody, but I just chill. Right. I don't be doing too much. The women be more concerned with the niggas that's in the sections popping the bottles and shit, but then say they want a low-key nigga. Like real shit. I'm trying to tell you. So, because I've been in that space when I was young. Right. I was the one doing the shit.
So I'm going to say this, to be fair, allow young kids to maneuver through life the way that, because we can't force anybody. We went down the road. Our parents tried to tell us X, Y, and Z, but we still had to walk our own green mile. We still had to figure out things for ourselves and find our own mistakes and all that thing. So, I mean, you can't really expect a young person to be so mature to know what to look for. Even if they were raised by good parents and two-parent household, you still gonna make certain mistakes. But ultimately, like it says, train them up in the way they should go, they would never stray. So even if as a kid you taught X, Y, and Z, you still gonna make your mistakes. But ultimately, as you come into maturity, you're gonna have certain teachings that come back to you. Versus if you never was taught that. But I'm gonna say this: I really can't speak for women who I just know who I am. I know what I want. I look for substance. That's just period. But I also know balance. You can't just because you a good person or you decent, if you don't have any drive and ambition, that's not gonna work for life. It's not just about women needing wanting money. It's needed. That's just the way the world works. So if I want money to survive, sweetheart, you're going to need money to survive. And if you want to be with me, you can't come over here broke and be talking about expecting me to accept the bare minimum. Talking about you need to accept me for bills ain't going to be paid off love.
I don't think a man that is not financially stable should even look for a girl.
Thank you. So
you
what's the problem?
You shouldn't even be out here trying to get females' phone numbers.
But I'm also not condoning women who only look for a man with money. I believe in balance. That's just me. You earlier said something about, man, all the bad women that look good ain't really good for you. It's almost like, dang, why I can't have it all in one? It's the same as women. Why I can't have a man that's a good man, that's a provider? He don't have to be rich, but he could be a provider just like I'm a provider because I'm providing for myself. So why he can't be able to provide for himself? When we come together, we can provide. But why I can't have a provider, a protector, and he just happen to be my type, or he happen to be appealing to the eye? He don't have to be fine as wine, but he can be fine to me or appealing to me. The same as what you want. So I don't understand what's the big deal. We make all these big deals when we don't fit into somebody's preference. And a lot of times you shouldn't want to fit into somebody's preference because a lot of people broken anyways. And they going off social media what they think is in. You should know what you want for you, what you can live with.
I think a lot of people date for to fill spaces in their life.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's a lot of broken people in the world. Typically from the urban areas, your typical no father household. I mean, and I get it because I came from that space, and it's definitely tough because the reason why it's so tough is because in your mind you believe what you're doing is right, and you don't realize that our culture and the way we was raised is fucked up. You know what I mean? A lot of us come from. And what I mean about it is like the new generation versus our generation, right? When I approached a woman in the 90s, early 2000s, I would come to a soft voice, hey, how you doing, baby?
Ladies man.
You feel me? Now if you do that, you sound like a sucker. You feel me?
To who?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be, it's like you gotta...
But this the thing.
This shit is all fucked up. That's not true.
Like, women want gentlemen. Women want real masculinity, which is firm and strong, but gentle.
You're supposed to be gentle with a woman.
You're supposed to be. No woman who knows who she is and self-love and self-worth. If you do that to a woman and she feel like you a sucker, that tells you all you need to know about that woman.
I hate nigga chicks, man. They be so damn tough and so just like, baby, I don't want to wrestle with you.
But that says a lot about you as because you are the hunter, you are the pursuer. What are you pursuing? Just like we picked the wrong men.
No, but what I'm saying is if I see something I like physically,
right?
Because me and I physical beings.
Okay.
If I see her and she look nice, right? Because I'm into brown skinned women, man. I for the record, y'all know I love brown skinned women. Okay. They so if I see something like that I like, and I approach her and she open her mouth and say some ghetto nigga shit, it just turned me off, man, because it's like, man, that's crazy. Because from afar you looked at like a lady, you know what I mean? And then when I approach you, damn, what you on? Fuck. Damn. But it's kind of my fault because I like young women, and
What about women? What's with women your age? Because then I will assume that they're more mature, they're more self-aware, they have more self-love, so they know what they want. So they will be. I mean, yeah, they might be more standoffish, but that's if they can see you too. A lot of young women can't really see what's in front of them, but a lot of more mature and well-rounded women who've been around the block, they can see what type of brother coming to them. I'm
not into older women.
Are you an older man?
I'm not against it.
Are you an older man?
No, I'm not an older man. I'm a seasoned man.
So women your age are older women, but you're not an older man?
No.
Huh? Wait.
No.
Wait. You're not an older man, but they're older women. They
No,
your
no.
age, but they're older women.
Okay, technically, yeah, but that's what I said. Goddamn it, you ain't finna goddamn
I mean,
show
I'm
me
saying,
up.
where's
She
the
ain't
logic?
finna show me
Please,
up in this
please tell me the
motherfucker.
logic.
No.
I just be trying to understand
But no,
being train of thought here.
No, typically people date who they surrounded by. You know, all you can date is who your circle is around, right? The places you go, the things you do, that's your circle.
Wait.
Right?
Is that your excuse?
No, it's not an excuse. What I'm saying is this. The options that I have is not something that I'm willing to deal with long term.
Wait, the options you have are women your age or younger?
All ages.
Okay,
from 20 to 52.
Okay, so, but you prefer a little more tender young.
No, I prefer somebody like at least 30 and older.
Okay.
You know, like the 20-year-old shit, I was stuck on the 20-year-old shit in my 30s, you know what I mean?
And then as you
and
progress.
now that I'm in my 40s and I look at 20-year-old women, we ain't got shit in common. You know,
Okay.
I have fun with they little ass, but it will never be nothing serious.
But where's the maturity in that? Where did you get to a place where you upgraded from just that boyish teenage just like recklessness?
That's not recklessness. I'm a single man. And so at this point I can have my cake and eat it too.
You don't think that's reckless?
No, hell no. If
You
you
don't
single,
think eating whatever you want, even if it's bad for you, but you want to be in shape and have good health, you don't think that's reckless?
baby, let me tell you something. When you are a single man, okay?
But did
and
you-
I'm
did you
not even
answer
finna
my
I'm not even
question?
finna sit here and cap on this motherfucking video. When you are a single man or a single woman, you can have fun doing whatever you want to do until you find that person
But fun
that you're
don't
willing.
mean opening your legs or sticking your thing
Baby
everywhere.
girl, your fun is how you have fun. My fun is how I have fun.
But we talking about
Okay.
maturity and health. Is that healthy though? That's what I want. Is
So
that
what you're
healthy?
saying is this. Let me get this straight. I've been single for 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me that you think I'm supposed to not get no ass for 5 years until I find that
I
woman?
mean to tell you that I feel like you should dive deeper into your soul, deeper into self-discipline, deeper into self-awareness so that you can choose the right woman. If you still out here dipping and dabbing in the pool and you playing with all little kids and everybody, it's gonna be harder for you to pick the right type of woman anyway because you still doing
Listen.
Okay.
The women that I have dealt with aren't so bad. You know?
Okay.
They not a headache.
Okay.
I just know they ass will be long term. And if
Wait,
I'm
you said you know they will or will not be.
they
long.
will be.
Okay.
Long term, they will be a headache. I can see it.
Oh, a headache
You know,
long term.
because one thing I noticed, right, and I'm gonna just be totally honest, I'm a good motherfucking catch, and I know goddamn well when women come around me who actually want to be in a situation, they gonna do the most up front because they gonna try to
they want to
show
be chose.
exactly.
Pick me. So
But like I said, as being the age I am, I can tell when shit is temporary.
okay.
And so, yeah, I had needs. My dick get hard. And I ain't
Okay.
finna cap like it don't. Okay?
I'm sure.
And I ain't finna, it's only so much lotion I'm willing to use.
Okay.
You feel me?
No, I
And
don't,
which is
but okay.
everybody, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody out here with nobody. Everybody out here got somebody, whether they're in a
That is
relationship or not.
such a very. That's not a very.
Yeah, it is. Everybody. I mean,
mature- that's not a
people,
very
people take breaks.
smart
Yeah,
thing to
people,
say. That's kinda
people take
ignorant.
breaks. Yeah, of course. But for
Okay,
the
don't speak
majority
for
of your
everybody.
time, no,
You don't
you're
think
not.
some people can go 5 years without nothing,
Hell
not
no.
a hand, not a toy, or
Hell
not a
no.
man?
Nope.
Okay, well that's very
I'm-
ignorant to say
Well, until you
because you don't know everybody.
No, I don't.
So
I
thank
don't.
you.
But like you
Thank
said,
you.
we are all humans.
Okay, but just because
You
it's
ain't gonna
not,
tell me no shit.
don't
5
project.
years, baby.
Don't project.
So you went 5 years.
I can.
Have you?
I can.
Have you?
I
No.
went. I think at one point I went
Right.
years, at
You
least
making
3.
an argument for something you ain't
But
done.
if I can go 3, I can go 5, and if I can go 5, I can go 10.
I don't
Just
think
don't
so.
speak for men, not women, because that's very rude. Don't
No,
speak
what's
for women.
rude is you try to tell
No,
me
what's
that you can
rude
go
is
3
that you
years
said
without
that
no
somebody
cheeks.
can't when some people do and
I doubt it.
have.
You're gonna need a lot of prayer and motherfucking
not-
Allah, and you're gonna need shadalabak.
So just say for men. Just say for men, because you're not a woman. You know how many women? If women can be single and die alone,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
How do you
Because
know?
y'all need us.
Well,
Why you gonna
listen,
sit here and
I
act
know
like
that it's so hard for men to accept the reality that some women just prefer not to deal with their
that's
bullshit.
a lie?
I just know it's, but
No,
that's
no, no,
because
no.
you don't want to
You
accept
you
that.
absolutely right. You might not be
Please.
willing to deal with my bullshit, but you gonna deal
or
with somebody.
Any man, or
You
any
gonna
man.
deal with
but
somebody's.
after, when you know better, you do better. Men and women, just like it's women that prefer to be single to the right type of man or somebody that's worth their time come along. The same thing with men. So give people that grace. Stop saying that what a person can't do because you can't do it. That's very
'Cause I
not
can't do
educated.
it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't go 5 years. Please don't speak for women.
You ain't
Please.
either.
You don't know what I can do, sir.
You just said you
It's
did.
been a good some time now since
It
I
ain't
left
been
my
5
relationship,
years.
and if it have to be, it will be.
Hey,
And it will
it
be.
ain't been
It
5
ain't hard.
years.
It ain't hard.
Stop the cap.
It ain't hard.
It's all good. Stop the cap.
But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
No,
do that.
it's all good.
No, it's good for you.
I hear you, but
It's good
hey.
for you, but put some respect on women. Put some
some
respect on women because men really think that a woman cannot go years without it because
doubt
you
it.
can't go years without
I
it.
doubt it.
But you can also
sound good.
But you know it's women that can be faithful, but you feel like as a man it's not in y'all nature to be faithful. Why give y'all grace as a man nature but not give women grace as a woman nature? Because we can't go without it.
No,
sir.
men can be faithful. We can be faithful.
Okay, but you just doubt it.
Doubt it
You
what?
just doubt that men will be.
No, my exact words was I said that all men don't cheat, but
they
all
will.
men will. Yeah,
And if
they will.
do respectfully, that's still cheating if she don't know. That's still cheating. So that
Right.
count.
I get it. I mean, speaking from where you come from, but the thing about it is if you don't know, then like I said, it won't bother you. And that's coming from somebody who respects their household. If you respect your household.
If you respect your household,
won't
you wouldn't do nothing to
won't shit
even
come
hurt
to
your
doorstep.
household.
Won't shit come to your doorstep.
If you respect your household, you wouldn't do anything to disrespect your household, even if they don't know. Respecting somebody is doing something behind their back that still respects them, even if they don't know or not. So disrespecting them because they don't know is still disrespecting them, sir.
I get what you're saying, baby, because on the flip side of it, if it happened to us, we can't take it.
Exactly. Y'all
So
can't
right, no,
take
I
much
get
of
it.
nothing,
I get it, but
sound
we
like,
look at
but
we
okay.
look at things different, you know.
I'm sure.
A man, see, it's personally, I believe that it's easier for a woman to forgive a man than vice versa because it's that shit hurt us.
It ain't our fault that y'all not as resilient as we are sometimes.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm
Y'all
just
ain't
saying.
resilient.
I'm
nothing.
just saying.
Girl,
I'm just trying
These
to
girls
keep
out here selling pussy left and right. You ain't finna lay it
and
on
y'all
me like
buying
ketchup.
it. And y'all buying it. So who really
Stop
weak?
selling it.
And who really
I
weak?
can't help it if the chicken good.
But guess what? You got to buy it in order for it to get sold. So she could be selling something
No,
all day
the
long,
problem
but if
is
you don't
y'all
wanna-
putting too much extra tax on that motherfucker.
No,
That's
the problem is y'all
Pussy
too,
ain't worth
y'all
that much
want
no
too
more.
much easy stuff, and y'all ain't being man and pursuing and actually working for things like y'all supposed to do. Work.
Define what that
work.
mean. Work. What do you mean working
Meaning getting to know, meaning to actually love someone before you lay them down, meaning to have intentions with a person and not just having momentary fun with them and discarding them.
for? Y'all give up the pussy. What the fuck?
Just because you can do something, that don't mean you should. Where's
Man,
the
so you
accountability for a man
So
to be
you
a
mean to tell me
grown-ass
if I'm
man?
chilling with a nice female who I'm already attracted to, we chilling in my crib.
I mean to tell
She
you, if
throw
you-
a shot. You think I ain't
mean
finna
to
take
tell you,
it?
if you
Do
that
you
easy,
honestly think I'm not gonna
tell
take
you,
it?
if you that easy, sex will never be valuable to you.
First
Sex
of
will
all-
be overrated
first
to
of
you all the time.
Hold on. Let's rewind because now you trying to go somewhere.
No, I'm
else.
telling it like
I'm
it
talking
is.
about a female who I am interested in, who I've known at least good enough to allow her to come into my house.
my
right?
God.
I said we are in my house chilling, and she decided that she want to give me some.
Okay.
You think I'm not gonna take it?
But I'm just saying, if it's that,
Let's be for
if
real.
you that loose,
What do you mean that loose?
I'm
What
saying
do
you don't
think?
you don't want nothing that actually is more challenging. You don't want something that you actually have to work for versus just getting it. It ain't even exciting if you just can get it. Like, why you want it if it's that
Hold on.
easy?
Hold on. See, here we go with the bullshit.
I want
right?
to know. It's bullshit to who?
Either
That's
way,
a real concern
either
to
way,
me.
either way is fine. Whether we work for it or we don't have to work for it, it don't matter. The objective is to get it.
No, the objective is to work for something that you really want in life. Because then it's going to actually feel meaningful.
Oh, I'm glad you said that then. Why the fuck we got to spend so much money on first dates then? Y'all ain't work for
I never
shit.
said I like walks in the
Y'all
park.
ain't work for
I
shit.
like walks in the
Y'all
park.
don't even want to go to
I actually
Cheesecake
want
Factory
to know
no
that a
damn more.
man can stimulate my mind. I can't speak for the rest of the world. I can speak for a lady who's been down a certain road and become more self-aware as time went on and learn from my mistakes and knowing what's more valuable and important. I want to feel something in my soul. I want something that's longevity. I want something that's worth it, not something that's just, exciting in the moment.
How long you been single?
A year-ish.
So what happened to the last nigga? He wasn't feeling your soul.
My kid's father, we were, like I said, we met, I was like 19. We met in my 20s. We was dating in my 20s. I'm figuring me out at 20s. Don't disregard my life lessons and my journey. My journey was to figure me out and figure out what type of man I need for my life, what's compatible for me. Unfortunately, I didn't have any examples of what a man was and looked like and supposed to be. So I learned that through my journey of living in my life and my lessons. And I took those lessons and I decided to look deeper and realize what's more important than just looks, than just attraction, than somebody just speaking sweet nothings in your ear, somebody that sound good but ain't showing up to the plate, somebody that you want to give a chance, you want to believe in, you don't want to judge, you don't want to say they got to be 6 feet, 6 figures, and 6 packs. And you want to give grace and opportunity to, but if you keep being failed over and over, what you gonna do? Eventually, you're gonna wake the fuck up and move the fuck on. Anybody would.
So you've been single for a year and a half?
Yes, I have.
Have you tried dating?
I have respectfully let it be known that I am not dating. To all the brothers who look like a waste of time.
You haven't tried?
I could tell. All the brothers, they all look like the same spirit to me in a different body, so I just don't even waste my time.
So since
my ex, I've told men no, and I'm still saying no.
Why are you so bitter towards men?
I'm not bitter at all. I am preserving my energy and my life force.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so I want to ask you this, right? Because I know this shit always tick you off when I mention
You
his
ain't
name.
got to tick me off, sweetheart.
No, when I mention this name, you get a little moist. You get a little moist when I mention Kevin Samuels.
I'm very controlled.
How old are you?
31.
31. So, the Kevin Samuels, right? I used to watch him a lot, and I agree with probably most of the stuff he say. Mm-hmm. I want to ask you about when he speaks about women over 30 with children. Do you feel like women over 30 with children lose their value?
I mean, I'm a living experience of men, everyday men. Men don't, no, not at all. Not
you don't
at
think
all.
you lose value?
Not at all.
Because the reason why I ask this is because, like, I watch a lot of his videos, right? Mm-hmm. And he tends to only focus on what the 1% of men want. You know, like, because he bases his conversations off the women who want the protector, the provider, the 6 feet tall, the yada yada, all that shit, right? And since we know the economy, there only are a certain amount of men who makes the kind of money that most women on social media claim they willing to accept, right? And so
I'm sorry, this is preaching to the choir. Okay.
No, but what I'm saying is he's saying that percentage of men would not want to put up with a woman who has baggage, who's over 30, who's not fertile, they don't want to start a family. Because I come from the hood.
Okay.
And I see the total opposite. Hood niggas in the culture that I'm in every day, they don't have problem dating women with kids. I don't see women with kids, and this is why this sounds delusional to most women with kids. Because in the real world, niggas are still dating women with kids. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out, what do you think about that? Because versus what he's saying, because, I know corporate America, and I know how, most wealthy men like younger, tender women. I get it.
Okay.
But it doesn't take the value away from the other side of women. You know what I mean? In my opinion, from what I see.
So what you asking me?
I'm asking you, do you think women lose their value?
I don't think a woman can lose her value as long as she's a woman. We are created to give life. We are created to breathe life into a man. We are created to help a man reach his full potential in life. A woman can never lose her value unless she doesn't value herself. That's when a woman's value is lost, when she doesn't have self-worth, self-love. But as long as a woman is a woman and knows who she is, she can never lose value.
When we speak about value, what do you mean by lose her value, and what aspect?
The fact that men feel like a woman lose her value by creating life, which is what we're intended to do, is crazy. A lot of men feel like, oh, I don't want to take care of a man's child. I'm gonna say this, just to be quite frank, most men ain't even taking care of their own child, so that's a crazy statement to make. But for the ones that are, okay. But this is what I'm saying. A lot of single women, as you can see, are bosses, are taking care of themselves and their kids. And a lot of times don't even need a man in that house. Not that she don't want him, but if she was forced because a man wasn't doing his part, what else do you think she's supposed to do? They hollering, oh, they mad because there's all these independent women. But why are there independent women? Where a man at? Is a woman doing her part and a man slacking on his part? How is that a woman's fault again? Because like you saying, you give men a lot of grace for being a man, but when it come to women is no grace, is no understanding, is no, oh, she didn't know better. Oh, you should have picked a better man. But you know it's hard to pick a good woman. So how you think it's gonna be so easy for a woman to pick a good man?
Thing about it is when it comes to most men are not in the space to even entertain a relationship.
And that's the problem.
And so when men go out, you know, when you go to the club, every man in the club is hunting, you know?
Yeah.
To be honest, this is
like predators
this is the club,
looking for prey.
The club scene. No, well, women are they going there to be chose. Let's not do it both ways.
That's not necessarily true.
That's necessarily true.
That's not necessarily true.
See, that's what I'm saying. What I notice is women have a terrible thing at accountability. Accountability is the hardest thing because just as many niggas hunting, there are just as many women trying to get chose.
Say, as a woman,
most of the women in there are single, looking for a nigga.
Have a good time. Like you literally have people. I mean, my age range, I prefer day parties. I prefer lounge. When it's so crowded, you can't even dance. Why you want somebody that close to you sweating on you? That's annoying. So I guess it takes for you to get a certain age to be more mature and realize like that ain't the place for you. When you actually want to have a good time, you care about the scene, you care about the music, you care about the food, you care about the environment, you care about the type of people that's gonna be there as well. So because I want to get dressed up, because I like getting dressed up, that mean I want to get chose. That mean I got because I want to go dance. I ain't talking about twerking. I'm talking about dance. A little R. Kelly, and hey, y'all do y'all thing with R. Kelly. I love Step in the Name of Love. So because I want to step, because I want to do a little whatever, I'm a human. Music is my language. I like to dance. So I can't get dressed up and go out with not wanting to be bothered, not wanting a man. Hey, sweetheart, no, I'm not dating. Like that's not possible. That's not possible. Women just gotta be wanting to be chose, huh?
Are you looking to start dating? What are you looking for?
I'm not looking for anything but myself. I'm looking for who I am, what's my purpose on this life, and whoever God has for me. And if I'm aligned, if I'm walking in that light and I'm aligned with that man, we just gonna know it. Them souls gonna connect. And I like organic. I don't want nothing forced. I want something that feels right, so it won't feel so hard when we got to go through problems together, because we can still choose each other instead of different outlets. So for me, it ain't that I'm looking. It ain't that I'm not. It's just that whatever happens, happens. You can't control the destiny and the course of life. I'm going to let it happen, but I want to be aware. I don't want to push the wrong man away. I mean, I don't want to push the right man away, but I don't want to entertain the wrong man. I just want to do what's right for me, and I want to know in my soul that I'm making the right choices along the way. So it happens when it's supposed to happen.
I want to ask you, what do you think happens in a relationship when it starts? When the problems start, because it seems like when you meet somebody, the fire's there, y'all infatuated with each other, the shit is just so fun, and then all of a sudden stupid shit start happening. What do you think? People start growing apart, or his jokes ain't funny no more? What's the problem?
You know what? It's funny. I was just telling a male client of mine, because I talk to all my clients and I'm like a therapist. I actually went to school that was what I majored in, psychology. I actually wanted to be a therapist at one point because I like to study the human brain and understand all the things, but more so love and relationships, because I like to know how men and women connect, what makes people actually compatible, mainly so we don't waste our time, because anybody can have many connections with people, but it's about the compatibility on a deeper level that lets you know if this person going to be somebody that's longevity for you or not. So just to avoid wasted time, you got to really vet a person correctly, and a lot of people don't do that. But the first way to truly vet someone is to vet yourself. You have to know who you are to know what fits your life and what you can deal with versus you can't deal with, and you have to know your deal breakers. A lot of people ride off lust, ride off momentary fun, especially if you've been single for a while. So I think the number one problem is in relationships, and I was just telling one of my male friends this, is that everything was perfect in the beginning. Now a baby came. Now the financial load is on her because she makes more than you, and the physical part fizzled out because she's tired, she's working, she's running around with the kid. This both y'all first child. So guess
and
what?
And you speaking from personal experience?
I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, and I'm speaking from, I know firsthand, I know secondhand. I just know as a woman, because I know. It's a woman thing. And a lot of times, I think truly, in most cases, not all, that when a child comes into play, most women go through this change that men don't understand. A lot of men don't understand how real postpartum depression is on a woman. A lot of men doesn't have the patience to not even wait 6 weeks when a woman's literally supposed to let her body heal and get back in the right places before she even has intercourse again. It's the lack of, to me, patience for me, because a lot of men because men aren't made to be. I think women mature faster because we have to, through periods, through the things that life forces us to regulate ourselves and our emotions and our body.
I feel like it's your lifestyle, your circumstances.
But
go ahead.
Natural things, we have periods. Periods make us regulate ourselves. We have to know when it's going to come. We have to keep ourselves maintained during that process. So we're kind of like on a time frame. We're on a clock, which makes us more emotional mature because of the fact that we have to regulate our own emotions, even through things we can't control, like our hormones. They're going haywire on their own, but we still have to show up as a human and treat people with respect. We're forced to be more managed and more mature, where men don't have body issues or body things that happen to you naturally that you're forced to deal with and regulate on your own. And I think because a lot of men have free range, and it makes a lot of men more selfish, because you don't have to do things. You don't have to think about this, not until you actually have to. So because men are more self and more free, a lot of men do what pleases them and do what's fun to them, and they don't have to think about somebody else's emotions or feelings or be patient with them and what they got going on. They just feel like, oh, I'm gonna go get somebody else who can do it right now. I'm gonna go get this.
I feel like y'all do the same.
But you're missing the point.
When a man hits rock bottom, he on a time.
Here we go back again with this money thing. We don't control the way life goes. We have to live it just like you. I have to have money just like you have to have money. And if you don't have the ambition... So why you
get a nigga a time clock, though?
As far as what?
Because I noticed that if a man fall off, I wouldn't say that his woman will leave him, but he has a time clock with how long he can stay down. Or vice versa.
I mean, how long...
If you fall off, I wouldn't give you a time clock. I'll take care of you until you figure it out.
We can go down this rabbit hole. If that was true, then it'll be a lot more successful relationships and marriages. But the fact that everybody is woe me and I don't want to do this and I don't got time for this, it's a lack of compassion and understanding for each other.
Do you realize women leave marriages more than men?
Do you realize men expect women to put up with cheating, abuse, disrespect, longevity of misery, and still never leave?
Men put up with that?
In your own way. But guess what? You still will stay, but a woman will leave. So guess what?
So you don't think men go through those same things in relationships?
But I believe in a healthy situation. In a healthy situation, I see two happy people who choose each other and commit to each other every day and choose to love them beyond their flaws. In an unhealthy or unrealistic situation, I believe, just from my standpoint, because I don't know a lot of good men, so I can't speak. And shout out to the good men, y'all are respected. But for the many men that I personally know or encountered throughout life, I see a lot of dysfunction, a lot of selfishness, a lot of baby activity, a lot of wanting to be taken care of. So in my opinion, a lot of men are selfish. In my opinion, a lot of men don't give women enough grace, patience, or understanding for the things that she go through that she can't control, like hormones, like childbirth, like postpartum depression, like monthly cycles, things she can't control. And men don't have patience with that. Men feel like, oh, I can't deal with your attitude.
I don't think it's that men don't have patience. I just think that the men that y'all choose have eternal issues within themselves, and
everybody have issues
because
though.
you asking a broke record to sing a song. He going through shit too.
Everybody going through shit.
Right. So how
Everybody
can you
going through
expect a
shit.
man to? You chose a broken ass nigga, and then you expect him to help you fix the pieces
I
of your
expect
puzzle.
a man to be a man. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put it on the man because y'all always want to.
But you pick him first, and then you find out he fucked up later.
But I'm talking about the order of life. I'm talking about the root of it, because we can go down this rabbit hole, but we're gonna talk about the reality of the way it's supposed to be set up. A man is the leader. A man is supposed to lead in the right direction, and a woman is supposed to follow.
Y'all don't follow.
Y'all want to bring up all of what a man's supposed to do when it benefits y'all. Meaning, oh, y'all don't want to submit, but y'all ain't leading. That is the real problem.
Y'all don't want us to lead.
Y'all are not leading.
Y'all are y'all
I
own
don't
leaders.
care if you have a broken woman, a strong woman, a mad woman, a good woman.
No,
Any
that's
type
not
of
true.
woman,
And I'm gonna just keep it 100
any
with
type
you.
of woman will submit to the right man, and
That's bullshit.
Facts. That is facts.
bullshit.
I'm telling you facts.
A woman
right
will
now.
submit to a nigga who paying bills.
A woman
even
is gonna
wrong
submit
man or
to
not.
the right
if that
man.
nigga paying your fucking bills, you gonna do what the fuck he
It's
say.
a lot of situations. You got old people dating young people, old people dating young people. It's so many different scenarios. But like I said, we can go down that rabbit hole, or we can keep it simple and straight to the point.
But
and
that's
talk
what
about
y'all
what's
saying.
going on.
AKA,
I'm telling you what
woman
I'm
say,
saying.
I'll submit to the right
I'm
nigga,
telling you
meaning
what
the
I'm
nigga
saying.
that pay my bills,
I'm telling
I'll
you what
submit
I'm
to
saying.
him. That's what you're saying.
What about the women that's paying their own bills? So how is you speaking
Y'all
for all
still
them?
want a nigga to pay your bill, even
If
though
I'm
you
paying
can pay your own shit.
Okay, so you want me to choose a man that can't pay even his own bills? So what am I gonna do with a man can't even take care of himself? He gonna come be my child?
That's not what I'm
Is
saying.
he gonna come be my child?
What I'm saying is, the
say
nigga
it
that
then.
can pay your bills has 20 females just like you.
But like
and
I
you
told
expecting
you.
him to be faithful.
But guess what? baby, you don't have to be faithful to me. You ain't got to pay a bill. You ain't got to be faithful.
No,
you don't
don't.
have to respect me. You don't have to love me.
Sure.
You don't have to pour into me the way that I need to be poured into.
Sure, I
Because
get
guess
it.
what? Life is about choice, and I can be single.
That's
Versus
fine,
pick a
but-
man who think that I supposed to subscribe to his bullshit because he want a team.
I get all that.
So what
baby,
the problem
but Do
is?
you really think a man with options give a shit
Do you
about all
really
that you
think
just
a woman
said?
that can be by herself, who have plethoras of options too, even if a lot of them ain't shit anyways, that just goes to contest
That
the
ain't
fact
no option then.
But guess what? If it's a whole field of men, and out of 100 men, for statistic purposes, out of 100 men, if 95 of them ain't shit, and it's only 5 of them that is worth something, that just goes to show that you need to be better men.
Can't be, because a woman's options is the man that she wants to be with. So if you ain't with that man, you don't have no options. You just got a bunch of niggas in your DM that you don't like. Those are not your options.
But sweetheart, what's the difference from a man? You got a bunch of women throwing themselves at you that you feel like don't have
and
no
I could choose
substance.
any one of them.
But
Men
guess
don't
what?
mind dating down.
But
Y'all
that's-
got the
but
problem
guess
with
what?
that.
Everybody dating down then. That's the problem.
Not a woman.
You could date down, but
Not
you
a
still,
woman, shit.
You can date down. Listen.
Not a woman.
Ain't nobody. You can pick that fight if you want to. I'm not. That's not my battle to pick. At the end of the day, everybody wants somebody that feels they soul, that sees them. You want somebody that sees and respects you as the man that you are, and that allows you to be who you are, accepts you for your flaws and all, and the same as a woman. So at the end of the day, until you get that woman, whether she bad or not, she can be bad as all outdoors. But if she don't mentally stimulate you, if she don't challenge you, if she can't be there when you down, if she can't pick you up, you really not happy with that woman, and you don't want that
First
woman.
of all, a man don't want his woman to challenge him on any goddamn
You
thing.
want a woman that's
number
gonna make
one.
sure that you have the motivation to continue to be a man versus a woman that don't give
I
a damn
agree.
whether you be a man
I
or
agree
not.
with that part.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree with most of the stuff you say. You know,
okay.
you
But I'm not here to rebuttal against you. I'm just here to put in real perspective. It's not about an argument. It's about the root of the problem. We need
What's
each
the
other.
problem? What do you think? What do you think was wrong with these men out here? I
We
want to hear your.
need each other. I truly, in my whole heart, just really, out of the many men that come in my shop, many male clients that I have that I talk to, and they open up to me and they let me know, I see so much selfishness, so much, just like it affects men and women, a lack of a father. But you see what a problem truly keep going back to? Not a man in the house. So who's really the problem? Not a man in the house. The man is not picking up the pieces. And how the man gonna be missing when he supposed to be the leader? So you want me to lead and want me to provide and you want me to be feminine and all that at the same time, and it's not a man. It's affecting the women and it's affecting these men. These women don't know how to choose a man and these men don't know how to be a man. But it's still, where are the men?
We don't know how to choose a woman either, because like I say, most women that's eye candy is not good for you.
So again, the man.
No, you're not gonna put all this on us because y'all picked the wrong
I'm not putting
niggas.
it all on y'all, but y'all.
You gonna take half this cookie.
But guess what?
You ain't gonna give it all to me like that.
How are you gonna? That's just like telling a baby that's their fault for turning out being how they is when they was raised in a
That's not the same.
No,
We're not
it
babies.
is.
We grown
but
as men and
I'm using
women.
this as a metaphor. If the parent is supposed to lead and raise that child up in a way, and the parent is not doing his part, what you think? The kid gonna raise itself? The kid gonna be toxic? The kid gonna be dysfunctional and have trauma? If a man is supposed to lead, because y'all want to lead when it's time to be submitted to, but y'all don't want to lead, but when it's time to take accountability of why the house is going astray or why it's a dysfunctional family, because the man is not in that home. Stop blaming these women. You supposed to be strong. You supposed to be a man.
No. I'm me not per se, but I know you speaking in general.
In general.
But
yes.
I'm not one of those men that's bitter at women. That, you know, because I see a lot of podcasts where they talk about women and try to down them and say they ain't worth this and this and yada yada. I feel like people find who they want, people like what they want, and people play with who they want to play with. You know
what? I truly, I'm gonna take this personal because then I can give real insight. I see the man that I'm actually attracted to as well. Those men tend to be, they have options as well. And those men tend to feel, to me, they feel like, it almost feel like they want to humble me. It almost feel like they want to.
You should be humbled. That's a masculine man. See, there you go. When you meet a real man, you don't know how to handle him. See? Y'all heard what she just said. Go ahead.
Can I finish, please?
Mm-hmm. You absolutely can.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It feels like they want to humble me, meaning this. When he's opening up about his feelings, it's like he want to make sure that I'm feeling the same way, or he want to make sure, before he actually just expressed to me how he feels and being organic with it, he want to make sure he don't come off as thirsty or like
give me an example.
Like telling me to, oh, I had a crush on you. It was a little crush though. I had a crush on you in high school. It was just real little though. You know what? I actually used to look at your pictures and all that, and one day I knew I was gonna meet you. But it wasn't like a big deal. Like with the being vulnerable but not real, but like pulling back, like I'm feeling you, but don't let that get to your head.
I'm gonna tell you why. Exactly what we talked about 30 minutes ago when I told you about when you speak to a woman soft, they think that you're a soft nigga. This is exactly hold on now, hear me out. This is exactly what I mean, because he's used to hold on. No. I'm not saying that you do, but what I'm saying is he's used to our culture, which is I am and every other man, that if you come at a woman and let her know that you want her or show interest, this new age shit, you seem thirsty. And I'm gonna prove a point. I'm gonna give you an example. Now, if you get a female's phone number, you can't call her right away. You gotta wait 3 days to call her. You gonna seem thirsty. Where that shit come from? Hell yeah, I'm thirsty to see you. If I get your number Sunday morning, I'm trying to go have dinner Sunday night. I like you. I ain't got shit to do. I'm off. I want to see you. That's how I move. I ain't trying to seem thirsty. And then if you call her right away, she gonna feel like, this nigga, he must ain't got shit going on. He thirsty to see me. This new generation is fucked up. And I know exactly where he coming from.
But this my thing. First of all, if Buddy is trying to let me, because for one, we met on a business note, so he didn't even have to tell me this crush and all these other things.
He likes you, and he's trying to tell you he like you.
But
he's not trying to seem like he's too thirsty, even though he is. Because my opinion, he could have left the other shit out. I agree. He could have left the other shit out.
He could have just got to know me as we were getting to know each other.
Men are hunters. We have to learn how to hunt.
But if you're gonna hunt, do it right.
Hold on. The women that he's been approaching has been acting like the good guy finished last.
Oh my.
And so he doesn't know how to approach you.
But guess
he want to let you know he like you, but he don't want to seem like he's soft.
But if you, for one, you got to read your woman. You got to read her energy. So if you're gonna be cautious like that, then move with caution. Don't open the door, but then crack it and be too scared. No, do things organically, because you got to understand women still have to protect themselves. You have so many men out here trying to fill your head with sweet nothings to get in your pants, so they gonna move fast. So yeah, women gonna be like, what's his motive? Like, yeah, I want to know if you actually into me, or you thirsty to get in my pants. So you got to understand that it's not about, oh, you seeming thirsty. It's about what is your true intentions, because this is a journey. This is not a marathon.
You look nice. What do you think his intentions are?
It's a lot of people look nice.
Okay, right. So okay. Check this out. If I'm a man, right, whether I'm looking for a relationship or not, if you fit the bill of what I like, that's not my fault.
But how you?
I don't know if I don't know if me and you compatible or not. All I know is I like you. You have turned me on physically. I'm attracted to you. At that point, I don't know shit about you.
Okay.
All I know is that you look good. You what I like, and I'm approaching you.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. But
what?
Okay, this is the thing that I find very frustrating when it comes to men. So many men, in my humble opinion, lack substance, can't stimulate you mentally, can't stimulate you spiritually. It's almost like a box of rocks you talking to. All they know how to do is repeat things that they think women want to hear. Try to compliment you. Like, bruh, okay, she cute. Next. Okay, you attracted to her. Next. Okay, you horny. Next. How many men? It's like robots. So it's like, where's your substance? Where's your drive? Who are you? What's your vision in life? Where you going? Because if you just looking for a good time.
Problem. Y'all don't want to accept this shit. Y'all are accepting the niggas. Y'all, the average nigga out here don't even know how to change a tire.
Okay, so I'm gonna
These the niggas y'all like.
But like I said, it's not about who we like. Like you said, you gave men grace to say, this is what we surrounded by. We can only choose what we're...
You can't. How can you choose something that you're not around?
So how you don't know that when it come to women?
What do you mean?
How could they choose something they not around?
I'm not blaming nobody for who they choose. You
so,
choose.
But when you ask the
are
question,
entitled to do what you want to do.
But when you ask the question, that's what y'all choose. Well, if out of 100 men that she got to choose from, and 99 of them all the same spirit in a different body, then what you want her to? The reason the odds of her picking that one good dude is gonna be slim to none, because
it's a lot of good dudes out here. The problem is they don't fit y'all criteria.
The problem is they might not be compatible with you, and just because they're a good dude don't make them the right dude. What is a good dude?
What makes the right dude?
A dude that fits
ain't nobody's perfect. So whoever you pick, whoever you pick is gonna be somebody who has issues you gonna have to deal with.
In the same for a man. But what I'm saying is, it's about compatibility. You got to know who you willing to take that longevity ride with, to marriage, to commitment. Somebody that's worth it. I need to be mentally stimulated. I need somebody that I'm attracted to just like they're attracted to me. I need somebody that can feed my spirit. I need somebody that can be emotionally intelligent, to be there for me when I'm probably having a breakdown, lift me. I need someone that's strong enough to be able to guide me in the right direction, help keep me on my toes, and I can do the same vice versa for them. Like, it's about somebody that can fill all these different cups when necessary, not somebody that just can do one or two. Because if I'm still missing these other cups, it just ain't gonna fit the bill. And that's not easy to find for nobody. That's not easy to find for nobody. Somebody might seem like the perfect catch, and then you don't realize until a little bit later that they just ain't gonna work longevity. So that's no one's real fault. Like,
it is. If you don't know how to pick it from the beginning, that's what I've been screaming.
If we all knew how to pick it from the beginning, we all would be in a relationship right now. We all would be happy right now. So please,
you can say that shit again.
Thank you. So for men and women, so that's the point I'm making. Can we just give each other some grace? Because if we didn't, if it wasn't this mask, if we can read people's mind, if we knew people's hearts without having to figure it out, we all would be in a better predicament. But because and if we knew better, we would do better. So please stop with that's the type of man you pick. Okay, and that's the type of woman you pick. Guess what? We all got issues. Ain't nobody perfect. And we a lot of times don't figure that out until we actually doing it.
Men move the same way, just like women pick the bad boys, men pick the bad girls.
Okay, so we all do. We all stuck on stupid a little bit. So what the problem is?
No, I feel like everybody's delusional, but
okay. So if we all delusional, why are we trying to say who more delusional than the next? The problem is we all a little delusional, and we need to do better. That's just what it is. I be better, you be better, and we all can pick better. Until then, we gonna keep blaming each other, and that ain't gonna help nobody.
So why I see all these women posting like, I'm a good woman, ain't these niggas ain't shit. I see the men posting, man, all these girls ain't shit. If it's so many good women and men in the world, why ain't nobody finding each other? Why all these?
Because ain't nobody doing the real work, which is on themselves. If you too busy pointing fingers, that means you're not looking in the mirror, and that's the problem. I can point all the fingers all day long, but when I look in the mirror, did I check my own boxes? Did I show up for myself the way? I'm still trying to get sleep. I don't even get enough rest. So that means that I'm not doing enough self-love and that means I need to organize my life a little bit more before I go looking into somebody else's life trying to figure out what's wrong in their life. So until I got my shit together and I really can function in my own life for my own self, I really ain't got the time or energy to speak for nobody else. But guess what? That's what we're doing. Our shit ain't together all the way. We think, especially men, you think if you got a little money, you got a little crib, you got a little... No, what about your mental? What about your emotional? What about your spirit? That's what a woman really needs. Aside from the money comes and goes. I can get my own money. Can you feed my mind? Can I grow young with you? Not old and miserable, but young.
You gonna get old, motherfucker.
But young at heart. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want a man who insecure, who over possessive, but got the nerve to be out doing him. How you gonna be on my back, but you think you supposed to be a man and do that? No, you need to be a man and commit. You need to be a man and have self-discipline. You need to be a man that can get through life and maneuver through all the problems that life gonna throw at us, and be a man and stand 10 toes down instead of being weak and going and find other outlets when you feel like somebody nagging, when you feel like, oh, I ain't getting enough. That's weak. That's let me
ask you this. You have 3 children by the same man.
I do.
Do you ever think that maybe you might want to work it out for the sake of your kids?
I think that maybe I've been trying to do that for 10 years, and that's why I finally walked away. You heard when a woman get fed up, right? It's just about the fact that I know what my soul needs. As I'm maturing to a woman, and I realize if I stay here, this is just it. Men can be content with the bare minimum in most cases. They got a head.
Well, we don't require much, so.
Men can be content if they got a roof over their head, food on the table, and they got something to crawl into at night. I want to live, meaning I don't want to, if I can have a decent house versus a little hole in the wall, I'd rather a decent house. Just because it's a roof over my head, I might need more space because I got kids. I might need extra bathrooms. I might need more closet space. So
average lifestyle ain't for you.
I'd rather a comfortable average lifestyle than a bare minimum. What I'm saying is most men can be content with the bare minimum, and that ain't living. I don't think any of us I'm a child of God. I believe we supposed to have abundance. And the limit is your mind. If you limit yourself in your mind, you're going to have a very low-level life. I don't want a low-level life. Most men content with low-level, but they really not. That's why they out here still searching in other areas. You really not content with low-level, but you just not tapping into that. And for whatever reason, a lot of men lack ambition and drive these days. But women is picking that up. So if I got drive and ambition, what is a man gonna do for me? I can't pour into a man to help a man who on a low level and he content being there and all he can do is slow me down or dim my light. When I actually want to live, I actually want to be the best version of myself. I actually want to care about my health and my mind state and my spiritual. And if he cool with just watching anime, playing video games, as long as he got a little job and he coming home and the bills is just about paid, you can't pay him up, or you can't pay him in, have a little extra to go to the movies. That's not living. That's miserable, actually. So if I don't want to be miserable, then I don't have to be miserable. If you want to be bare minimum, you could be that by yourself or with somebody who cool with being bare minimum too.
I noticed that you always throwing shots at me, and like women don't.
It's not shots. I'm only speaking from what I know.
No, I get it. No, you absolutely right, but don't make it seem like it ain't women out here doing the same thing.
I ain't never made it like that.
There's women always looking for a nigga to sponsor their life. You
and
know?
that's your reality, not mine.
No, that's reality.
That's
not my reality.
My perspective is mine from a woman, and your perspective is yours from a man.
What you just described is exactly what I said.
It's my perspective from a woman. But you said don't throw shots. You gonna throw shots at women because that's your perspective. My perspective is what men feel, what I feel like men are lacking, because I'm the one that got to deal with the man that's trying to be in my life and waste my time. So that's gonna be my perspective.
I can dig it.
Thank you. And likewise. Likewise.
So before we get out of here, I want to talk about this situation, man. I want to know what you think about it, man. It's been all over the news and all over the internet, and it's just crazy right now, man. Puff Daddy, man. What do you think about this shit?
That's going too deep, because honestly, I believe in spirits. I believe in energetic forces. I believe this all is energy. So when you have an energy that's so like I always say, lack of self-discipline, you feeding the beast. That lust is the beast that's never satisfied. The more you feed it, the more it wants, the more that it's going to grow and continue to be hungry. It's like a never-ending chase. So when a person is feeding that fame, that lust, that perverted spirit, which is why men go from multiple women to another man to both. When you feeding all of that, it only continues to grow, and now you become a monster, and you a monster that don't even realize you a monster. This is your life.
So you think he did it?
I'm not saying whether he did it or not. I'm talking the reality of everyday people, because he's still just a human being regardless of the fame. I'm speaking everyday human beings who have addictions, who can't control them. Everything can be an addiction if you overdo it.
When you get more money, your addictions are hard to control, because you have to think about how much discipline you have to have when you can afford and do anything you want whenever you want to do it. We was talking about this in the shop the other day when I was trying to tell some of my customers about, like, they have to look through Puff Daddy's eyes, right? First of all, he's been rich for a long time, since the 90s, right? Mm-hmm. He has done most of, I would say, 95% of men's fantasies 30 years ago. Not to mention the company he keeps. He's around wealthy people who do freaky, stupid shit. Your circle plays a big part in the influence on your life. Yeah. And so after you done had all the threesomes, the foursomes, the fivesomes, you done been out of this country, this yacht, that mansion, this party, you run out of shit that excites you. You've been doing it too long. And you got these freaky ass friends of yours that's doing all this shit. That shit gonna wear off on you. And I feel like the recording and all that shit was a bit extreme. Especially the shit that happened to R. Kelly. Like, you shouldn't have had recording shit. And I also look back. Now, this was something that I looked at recently. Because I just feel like there's a higher power that, obviously the Jews run the world and shit like that. And he has bosses. I feel like ain't nothing gonna happen to Puff Daddy. I just feel like the powers that be had to teach him a lesson. And I just feel like they had the feds raid his crib to get them tapes that recorded them doing shit. Because I just feel like if for the feds to be chasing you, he sure not hiding. He out living his life. He taking pictures and shit. And it's like he know, like, oh, they just fucking with me type shit. They just want to get the shit I got on them out the way. So they send a raid, take all the shit, make sure we get all the shit with all us in it. You feel me? That's how I feel.
But you know what, though? Regardless of what, you can get away with stuff. I think the real test of life is how you feel at night when you lay your head down. And you can get away with things. You can be as powerful, monstrous, untouchable because you got money all you want. But at the end of the day, we all got to walk our own green mile. And I feel like if your soul is tortured while you hearing this human experience in your human body, you really ain't won. So obviously, I truly believe in his case, I mean, if you need that much to fulfill them voids inside of you, you're not happy. You being tortured anyways, whether you get caught, whether you behind bars or not. true freedom is in the mind. True freedom is in peace within self. You can be in a room full of people and still feel alone until you are actually whole and happy within yourself. It really don't matter what anybody thinks of each other. Don't matter, because we got to experience life for ourselves. So I mean, what happens to him or not, that really don't matter. The true thing that matters is he happy.
Well, I feel like he done made a lot of great music. I don't agree with the freaky shit, but we'll see, you know.
Do you think he's happy?
I feel like he is great. I feel like he happy because honestly, just speaking from experience, people that say money can't make you happy just ain't made enough. And that's how I feel, because because, and I'm gonna touch on that a little bit before we get out of here, because I've touched both sides. I've had nothing to a little bit of nothing to a whole lot. I've seen both sides, and I had both sides of friends, right? And when I hear people who are less fortunate say, be humble. Right. I kind of feel like it's being disrespectful.
Because they never had it, so they feel like you need to chill out, you need to come down a notch or two.
In so many words, yeah, because I've been around wealthy people, and I've been around rich people, and I've been around people who are well off, just making it. I've never heard nobody who is well off say, be humble. They always say, pop your shit. They encourage you to do your shit because they glad to see you happy. But it seems like it's always the people that can't afford it, or, you know, not as fortunate, you know, receive your blessings, but don't throw it in nobody's face. Like, why I can't be happy, especially if I come from a background where I feel like I deserve this shit. Yeah. I should be able to pop my shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's crazy out here.
Well, I'm going to comment on that real quick. Just like it's a time for it to be light outside and it's a time for it to be dark. Balance. You can be at one extreme, very poor mentality, or you can be on a high horse. I believe balance. Yeah, you got to know when is enough and when is the time to just chill. So it's about balance. Like, I don't want to be over extreme, and I don't want to be underachieve. So I want a perfect balance and experience life. It's a time to turn up. It's a time to chill. It's a time to sleep, and it's a time to be woke. You know what I'm saying? It's about balance.
I feel like you could pop your shit as long as you not in a space where you making other people feel comfortable.
And you not doing too much.
Uncomfortable, I'm sorry. So like this, right? And I'm going to use Floyd Mayweather, for example. Floyd Mayweather pop his shit. Mm-hmm. He pops his shit, right? Mm-hmm. But he don't pop his shit around people who's going to be jealous. He pops his shit around people who appreciate it because they got what he got. If Floyd Mayweather was out west popping this shit on Instagram with all this shit, they'll hate the fuck out of him. Yeah. Try to rob him or kill him. You feel me? So I feel like your surroundings is what dictates the controversy around your life, man. Because like I say, I never heard, you know, every time I do something big, you know, when I bought my properties and shit, you know, when I started my transportation business, when I you know, I done so much shit. All the people I noticed that was on they shit encouraged it. Like, oh man, I see you, bro. Do your shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But every motherfucking body else is like, man, the first thing they say is, man, Ma, you know motherfuckers gonna be hating on you. No, that's you. Yeah. You speaking.
I mean, but you. Even them knowing, like, not necessarily it's a projecting thing, but sometimes it is just the reality. They see it from both sides. But like I said, especially when a person is balanced, from a balanced position, you can see what people down here gonna feel like and what people up there gonna feel like when you in between. So yeah, depending on who you around, that's why you got to be in line with the right people. But you also still have to be humble, because you could be feeling good and doing all the things, but you still want to be humble because you still want to be able to feel good about the things you got. Because
I agree. You know what I'm saying? I mean, humble to the aspect where you pop your shit without making other people feel like they ain't
or
shit.
Just not,
you know what I mean?
Or
like, fuck you, broke ass niggas. No, and all, you know?
That's not that too. But also where I got all this, I feel good, I'm doing the things, but I still appreciate it versus feel like I got all this I want more. Like, this ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? You still have to be at a place where
I can't say that, baby, because at the end of the day, you got to realize, at the end of the day, for somebody to become a millionaire, they had to be unhappy with 900,000.
Yeah.
For somebody to have 10 million, they had to have $1 million and wasn't satisfied.
But
so
at
it's
what
like,
point
is
do
it
you have
ambition?
balance? But you can always climb and keep going, but if you always chasing, you not enjoying the journey that you on. You constantly going after the chase and trying to get to the destiny. And if your destiny take you 10 years, that whole 10 years of your life you bypass and then appreciate because you was too busy chasing.
Welcome to the world of a man.
And that's the problem, sir.
That's what we do.
That's the problem.
We chase it till we get
That's
it.
the problem.
We gotta take care of our girl, man.
But you have to enjoy life too. You can't
we
just be
enjoy
all
it with
work.
our girl. Didn't the Bible say God said it wasn't good for man to be alone, so he created a woman. So once you get your bag, nigga, you find your girl and you
But a
pour
woman
into
wants you
her.
to be present, and I want to feel like you always work minded. You always chasing. I need you here mentally.
I can't provide for you if I'm here.
Sweetheart, you can't if you don't know how to find balance in between living, working, and it's a time and a place for everything. You will never really be able to fulfill anyone or yourself.
And find balance to make you happy.
You want a woman to.
That's a hard job. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you know it's a hard journey. So because I notice when you talk, you like to minimize us. And
No,
when
I talk, I like men to really think,
and
I want men to really go beyond their own logic and really look at the logic of life. And not just from their perspective. I want everybody to think, not just men though, women too. But I know I think, so I'm just trying to get a man to think a little bit more. Because if a man want a woman and a woman want a man, we need to understand each other, not just our own wants and desires.
Ain't it, man? Well, it was a good conversation today. I appreciate you for coming out. We got the one and only Love Child in the building. It was a great interview. And I just want to give a shout out to Undivided, Zena TV. You dig, Mac Mall, Not the Shop podcast. We in the building. Yeah.